around February, there was a voluntary recall from Abbott. Their plant in Michigan had some potential exposure, so there was some potential exposure for Coronavector and Salmonella. So they wanted to be safe, so they did a voluntary recall. And one of the issues with Abbott being recalled, one of their 2 plants being recalled, is that in Oregon, our WIC participants receive the Similac brand of formula, so that creates a little bit of a supply issue. So what we did back in February is working with Abbott and the USDA, we worked to ensure that the Oregon WIC program could provide alternate formulas, which is generally something we're not able to do. So we set up our system so that WIC participants, if they were in the grocery store, and although they used Similac, they saw Mead Johnson or a store brand formula that was similar in makeup to theirs, that they could purchase that instead of the Similac. Because what we wanted to do is make sure that whatever they found, they could purchase and use. And so it was really important to make sure that we gave them as many different alternatives as possible so that people didn't have to go to multiple stores and travel. A lot of times our participants have transportation issues, or it's hard for them to get off of work and travel to multiple different stores. And so we wanted to make sure that options were available for them. People are concerned that there's no formula stores. In some of the small rural areas and frontier areas, it is very, very limited. But in the stores, what we're seeing is that there is formula on the shelf. It just may not be their brand that they're used to. We really want to make sure that parents, that their main goal should be to find formula, find infant formula. If they have to call their doctor, call their WIC office to try to figure out where they can get that. Infant formula is just that, it's a formula. It's very precise. It has exactly the amount of nutrients, the electrolytes, the protein, the calories. When you start to make your own formula, it's almost virtually impossible to replicate that. And so if you've got a child or an infant, they've got very small kidneys, they've got very sensitive digestive systems, and you don't want to mess with that. Introducing cow's milk too early can also be dangerous. Again, that's not a complete food. An infant formula is, and so there can be problems with anemia, gastrointestinal issues, diarrhea. The protein amount in milk is too high, so that's very hard on baby's kidneys. So we really want to ensure that parents are purchasing infant formula to feed their infants. In most cases, there is some formula on the shelves. It just may not be the brand that people want. And I know there is brand loyalty, but again, they're all FDA approved. They're going to meet babies' needs. And so we want to make sure that they get the formula needed for proper growth.